Fall and winter is finally here, so if you're looking for a way to reset your hygiene routine, baby, you picked the right video, because that's what I'm here to help you do. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Aliyah. I'm so glad you found me on today's video. But girl talks and hygiene videos used to be my, I don't want to say thing, but kind of my thing. Like, that's what a lot of people kind of came to me for advice, and I'm here to go back to my roots for a little bit because a lot of my viewers who know me already have asked me for a hygiene routine and hygiene tips video, so I'm here to deliver both in one. Whether you're looking for ways to smell better all day, small changes that you can do to present yourself a little bit better, or just overall feel a lot better in your skin, definitely pick the right video, and I want to welcome you once again. My two go-to soaps for actually cleaning my skin are the Dr. Bronner's Castile Bar Soap as well as the Naturium Energizer Mandelic Acid Body Wash. I like these two soaps for two different reasons, which is why I use them on two different occasions. Dr. Bronner's are Castile soaps, and if you aren't aware of what that is, these are soaps made from vegetable oils and don't have animal fats, and they are biodegradable, so they're really good for your pockets and the planet. And I really love to use this, especially after things like beach days or pool days, just to get rid of any germs that are on my body and make me feel squeaky clean. And if you use this peppermint, girl, you already know. It's giving whistle. Sincerely from the bottom of my heart, it's giving whistle every time I use the peppermint one. When we talk about the Naturium body wash, this is a little bit different. Naturium makes different body washes for different needs, and I personally like this Energizer Acid. It's a cooling formula that deeply cleans and neutralizes body odor, which basically means it targets that bacteria and germs that create body odor, minimizing it. A lot of soaps do not have any cleaning properties, which is why I really like Naturium and Dr. Bronner's, because they actually have cleaning properties in it that are not so harsh on the body. So when you're looking for a good soap to actually clean your body instead of just, you know, putting lotion in a bottle that suds up and put that on you, because that's not doing nothing, definitely try Naturium or Dr. Bronner's if you haven't already. I've been a Dr. Bronner's fan literally since I was a teenager, and I am 22 now, and nothing has changed. I still love it, if not even more, since I switched to the bar. So moving on to the second wash in my shower, which is scented body wash. This is the fun part. This is where people start to build their scents for the day, and I personally do the same thing as well. I have the same like 4-ish body washes that I always go back to no matter what, and that is the OGX Coconut and Coffee Body Wash / Scrub. I also really love the Olay White Strawberry. I also really like the Soap and Glory Clean Girl, as well as the Dove White Beauty Bar specifically. I've definitely tried a lot more than that, but those are my 4 tried and true that I just cannot seem to let go. And considering all the perfumes and body sprays I like to use, those mix the best universally. When I tell you the tools that you use to clean your body are just as important, if not more important, than the products that you use, would you believe me? You should. So I switched to using an African net sponge a few years ago now, and I'm never gonna use a washcloth again. If you didn't know, African net sponges were originally made to fish. Then people who are using them as fishing nets found out that they were better as washcloths, so that's what they started being used for. And when I tell you, switching to an African net sponge has completely changed my skin. I love it. I will never go back, and I'm gonna keep saying that because I'm really serious. If you don't know what they are, they're essentially a material that is strung together in a net form, and they're made really long so you can get hard to reach places like your back and just things like that that usually get overlooked in the shower, which a lot of people don't want to admit, but they definitely do. It's fine. It has a bunch of exfoliating properties like it says in the name, and I personally love it because it's able to unclog your pores, gets rid of dead skin, dead and dull skin. Not just dead and dull. It softens the skin, and my favorite thing about it, air dries a lot faster than typical cotton washcloths that a lot of people use. The longer something takes to dry, the more bacteria is growing on that thing. And the cool thing about it is these nets last up to like 2 years. And to clean them, it's really easy. You can literally put them in boiling water or even the washing machine, depending on which one you buy and where it's from. Something I've integrated over the years in my morning shower specifically. I mean, I do it in both showers, but morning specifically, I love to use a good exfoliating product. Now, I said before I love the OGX body wash and scrub because there are a little bit of exfoliating beads in there, so when I am doing some scrubs in the morning, I won't use it after I use that because I don't want to like scrub away too much stuff. But outside of that, I really love to use a body polish on my skin. I just realized how harsh on my skin personally rough, super gritty body scrubs were on my skin, and they just were doing more harm than good, so I switched to body polishes full time, and my favorite is anything Dove. Body polishes by Dove are elite. I keep rebuying them and I keep going back because they are the nice middle ground of a good scrub, but a polish to where it's not ripping your skin off. Everybody prefers different things when it comes to body scrubs. I just prefer something a little bit softer. Can't tell you when's the last time I bought a new body scrub, used the bottle, I'm like, I need to rebuy this because I'm just so used to how gentle the body polishes are from Dove. They're chef's kiss. I have such a softer and smoother finish, whether I'm shaving or just putting it on as my wrapping up type of scent, my last step of my shower if I decide to do that in the morning. Since I brought up scrubs and shaving, I want to talk about them very briefly before we move on. I don't shave often because I have gotten laser hair removal. I didn't get to the point where my hair has completely stopped growing because I'm fine with how my hair grows now. It's definitely super thin, takes forever to grow back, so that's my like personal preference. Everybody's hair removal preference is absolutely different. Everybody's preference is their preference, so we shouldn't shame people how they remove their hair or if they want to remove it all. What's on you, you can worry about. On other people, leave them alone. But when it comes to shaving, I have a few favorite shaving products that I want to show you that you probably already know about because they're really hype and really good for a reason. Girl, I'm not gonna sit up here and lie to you. EOS has been my since day one. Best shaving creams known to man. This is the EOS Shea Better 24-hour moisturizing shave cream. This is in Vanilla Bliss, and this is the new EOS Cashmere Skin Shave Butter. I'm saying this as a consumer and as a lover of EOS as a brand. These don't feel too different in consistency, texture, but there's a difference in price, and in my opinion, I don't know if paying the extra $4 for the scent is absolutely worth it. But you know, whatever toots your horn, I'm not gonna pocket watch you. They make my skin so soft, and the scent lasts so long. One thing about EOS, that scent is going to last in that product. I mean it. I don't care if it's the lotion, the shaving creams, anything. Even the chapsticks. The chapsticks smell good forever. And I personally love that about these because I find myself shaving and smelling this literally up to 24 hours after I did it. I don't know how they do it, but they absolutely do it. I've said it 100 times, but I'm gonna keep saying it. I only ever use men's razors. The men's razors are made to shave more sensitive places, so you should be buying that. I don't care if you're shaving your legs, your underarms, your stomach, your toes, your butt crack, or your leg. And pro tip, the more blades, the better off your skin is, okay? And the closer shave you're gonna get, so you won't have to keep doing it as often. So my shave routine usually goes exfoliate, shave, exfoliate, because I actually had somebody on my spam account asking about strawberry legs specifically, and I found that this made mine dissolve completely. I've been screaming from the top of my lungs, you need to exfoliate, shave, exfoliate. I'd still stand on that. Exfoliating before allows the hair to get loosened up a little bit and gets rid of some buildup on your legs if you didn't like wash your body before shaving. If you did, it gets rid of some buildup from washing, everyday life, everyday turmoil, everyday bumps in the road, that type of thing. Shaving, of course, gets rid of the hair. And then exfoliating after buffs out anything on your leg that you may have missed buildup wise, and it just, you know, it feels good. So why wouldn't you do it? I personally prefer not feeling any hair on my legs. I love feeling like I'm going to slip out of my sheets. So whenever I feel the need to shave, I will do so, but it's definitely not something that has to be done consistently. And like I said before, it's all preference. You don't even have to like get rid of your body hair if you don't want to, because it's your body, your choice. You do what you want to do, and nobody should be bullying you or messing with you about that. Hair removal is a completely personal option, and there's so many different ways to do it. So if shaving doesn't work for you, that's fine. If you prefer waxing, that's fine. If you prefer laser and it's in your budget, that's fine. Whatever makes you happy and confident, you should absolutely do and stick to that. I personally love Gillette or Schick razors the most. Those are my favorite because they're easy to find, and I personally like to buy razors that are not disposable, because if I can do anything to limit my, you know, harm to the planet, even though it's not my fault, it's the billionaires, I gotta stop saying that every time that comes up. But if there's a way for me to limit my pollution to the earth, I absolutely will. So also a pro tip, definitely don't get disposable razors. Get some razors with a handle that you can reuse, so you only have to buy the shaving cartridges and like razor heads and stuff like that. It makes a big difference, and rebuying razors gets expensive. Just get the cartridges, trust me. Now let's finally discuss post-shower routine. I feel like we were in the shower for a long time. Okay, it's time to get out. After my shower, my main goal is to rehydrate and replenish, and I love to do that with body butters or lotions. Usually in the mornings, I will use lotions, and at night, I will use body butters, simply because body butters and lotions have two different goals, and I'm gonna tell you them really quickly. Body lotions are a lot thinner and not as thick as body butters, and they are usually more absorbing or faster absorbing than body butters because they are not as heavy and thick. And body butters are super thick, and they add so much more moisture to your body, but they are thicker. I personally would advise you to pick which one you prefer based off your skin needs. If you're more prone to dry skin, I would definitely go towards some healing creams or body butters, but if you don't get as dry as quickly or as often, I definitely recommend body lotions. I prefer to go towards body butters in the fall and winter because I do have a little bit of dry skin in the fall and winter. I have combo skin pretty much all over my body, so depending on the season, that's what I pick. And then of course in the spring and summer, I'll usually go towards body lotions. And then like I said before, in the mornings, I like to use body lotions just because some body butters do leave a little bit of residue and can leave some oil standing on some stuff, which sucks. But I've tried some, and I definitely know my favorite body butters by now. My favorite body butters, no specific order. Fenty Cinnamon body butter, amazing. I love the Soap and Glory body butter as well. I also love the Trader Joe's coconut body butter, which I recently just tried for the first time, and I will be buying it again. It's really thick, but I really do like it. And now we're gonna move on to some of my favorite body lotions. All right, and I brought them out for you because it's serious. It's serious. This is a new favorite. This is the Sol de Janeiro 71 body cream. I think it says, yeah, it's body cream. It feels like lotion to me. It's super thin. It's kind of jiggly. Let me show you. Like, oh! Ah, I love 71. I don't know what them people on TikTok are talking about. This smells like popcorn. This smells like food. This is the best scent Sol de Janeiro has. Nothing lasts this long or smells this good from Sol de Janeiro. Because it matches my body wash, I love the Smoothing Coconut and Coffee Lotion from OGX. It just smells really good. It smells like a dessert in my opinion. I also really love the Soap and Glory Righteous Butter Body Lotion, which matches the body wash and butter that I've talked about already in this video. This is really good. It smells super clean. It's almost florally, but more of a fresh floral instead of like a flower floral. Yeah, I feel like this is no surprise because they are super viral basically everywhere. Everybody say thank you, Ashley Tisdale, because I love the Frenchie lotions. If you're looking for a good vanilla to last all day, the Frenchie Cashmere Vanilla is my absolute favorite. And then if you want more of like a milky, soft, fresh scent, I love the Solar Fleur scent. These are my two favorites. I have recently smelled the Moon Milk one and I loved it, but I know it's short-term and limited edition, so I'm not gonna get too comfortable with it, but those are my go-tos. And I actually prefer the Solar one over the Warm Cashmere. Unpopular opinion. And of course, I also love the EOS Vanilla Cashmere. It's literally a classic and staple at this point. I also really love the EOS Strawberry Dream and the Champagne one they just came out with. They are chef's kiss. Since we're talking about re-moisturizing, let's talk about them dogs. When's the last time you touched your feet? And I'm not talking about a pedicure. When's the last time you touched your feet? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm about to yell at you. Once again, a spam account suggestion that I'm gonna be discussing. And if you don't follow it already, you should follow my spam. It's really fun over there. I'm not gonna tell you to get your toes done every month. I'm not gonna tell you to get da-da-da-da-da-da. No. All you need, glycolic acid and a good dry skin healing cream or lotion or body butter. You are good to go. After your shower, put some in your hands, rub your hands together, cover your feet in it, let it dry. Put some lotion on, and you're good. And this is the controversial thing. Sleep with them socks on. Get over it. You need to sleep with them socks on. Sleeping in socks allows the heat to trap into your foot/sock, so that makes your feet absorb the lotion and treatments that you just did to it prior. And it makes your feet softer. Lotion soaks in better, and it's not rubbing everywhere, so it's getting rid of all your work. Not saying you have to listen to me, but if you want them feet to look a little better, sleep in them socks. If you don't want to buy extra dedicated creams, I don't blame you, but if you are, my favorites are the CeraVe SA Healing Cream as well as the CeraVe Healing Ointment. Those are the best in my opinion. But if you're not trying to do all that, get tried and true lotion. If you're a consistent watcher of mine and you watch my vlogs, girl, what bottle are we on? What bottle are we on? This is the La Roche-Posay Triple Repair Moisturizing Cream. I said earlier that I like to use lotion outside the shower. I forgot to mention, I like to mix this with any scented lotion I use. Sometimes I use this by itself. All the time I mix it with scented lotion. I use this everywhere. This has been the best lotion I've ever bought, and I keep rebuying it. It's the perfect balance of not too thick but not too thin, and you can actually feel the difference. I don't know if you ever had a really good lotion to the point where you got in the shower and you can feel if it's moisturized under the water. My skin gets so much slip when I use this. That girl. Been that girl. Will always be that girl. Moving on to things people don't want to talk about. Let's talk about when's the last time you cleaned them piercings. I don't care how old them piercings are. I don't care if they're not crusty. I don't care if they're not flaky. Clean your piercings. I personally love and adore the Urban Leaf Piercing Relief Solution. It does a wide variety of things, good price. I don't care what your piercer told you. We don't soak piercings. We go in directly and clean. Even if it's new, even if it's a little sore, you're gonna thank yourself in the future. I like to clean them every 24 to 48 hours, preferably at night after I wash my face of all the makeup that I'm wearing from that day. Since sometimes my piercings get dry and flaky, I like to add a really light layer of Vaseline around my piercing, not on the piercing hole, around it, because sometimes and most of the time it is enough. Vaseline is really gentle, and if you're not feeling that, you could definitely try something even gentler. Get you some A&D and you will thank me later. And of course, we're going to talk about the back of the ears and that neck. I personally like to wash them in the shower and out the shower. Once again, my tried and true glycolic acid with a good exfoliating pad behind my ears and my neck will do it every single time. Glycolic acid actually has some cleaning properties, and it gets rid of the top layers of like dead skin on your skin, so the stuff that makes you stinky, yeah. Let's talk about hair care. Wash day, as somebody with a head full of curly hair, is a sport for the elite and strong. I have started approaching my wash days in a way where I go into wash day asking, what has my hair been needing past couple days or weeks since I've washed it? And that's how I decide what I'm going to use in my hair. So for example, since my hair is high porosity, I know my hair needs hydration 24/7. I like to use very hydrating products, and I only have 4 steps in my wash day routine that absolutely have transformed my hair based on how it looks and smells, which is like the whole point of wash day. I would like to use a pre-poo with aloe in it because aloe is really good for hydrating the hair and it makes the slip go absolutely crazy. And because my hair is at such an awkward length right now, if you can't tell, okay, we're a little bit past shoulder length at this point. I'm really prone to breakage because my hair is constantly rubbing on my clothes, and it really does suck, but if there are ways to prevent that, I absolutely do. So a pre-poo that gives me a lot of slip so I can detangle my hair before I start washing it has literally transformed my hair. And I also haven't had a bad wash day after starting to use Sacred products, which basically is the rest of my wash day routine. I personally love starting out with shampoo. I love the Sacred hydrating shampoo. The entire Sacred line is just gorgeous. To me, it's a gorgeous company. The packaging is gorgeous. It smells gorgeous. It feels gorgeous. Everything about it, 10s across the board. I love. I wish Beyonce paid me to say this, but she didn't. I am coughing up the money every single time because I love it that bad. Sacred hydrating shampoo, best shampoo ever. As somebody with high porosity hair, my hair be dry. I use that shampoo, it's no longer dry. It doesn't strip, it cleans, but at the same time, does everything I need to do when it comes to cleansing my hair while also giving it some of that moisture back. Moving on to conditioner, Sacred conditioner. Love it. Adds a lot of slip. I got my first bottle a few months ago and I will be rebuying. Moving on to deep conditioner. I have 2 favorite deep conditioners I keep buying. I love the Sacred deep conditioner, which we knew already. I also really love the As I Am Jamaican Black Castor Oil line. If you didn't know, Jamaican Black Castor Oil helps with hair growth, and because my hair is at this awkward length, I would like it to grow a little bit more. So the hydration and the deep moisture mask that I get from them, 10 out of 10, love it. Ever since I started targeting issues that my hair was having, my hair has been thanking me and rewarding me with growth, prosperity, and nothing but abundance. I think my thing with hair care is that you have to treat your hair like you treat your skin, and when your skin needs something, you're so quick to give it to it. But your hair, it's like you've been doing the same routine for the past 16 years and then you wonder why things aren't working because you're not appealing to your hair needs. Let's take a moment, figure out what our hair needs, and go about our next wash day routines as such and see how much your hair thanks you. And come back and let me know how it goes, please, because I know it's gonna happen. I know it's gonna happen. Also, before we move on, I just want to say I don't care what your hair type is. You need to be clarifying that hair, okay? I don't care what you use to clarify, shampoo, a mask, whatever. I personally use the Sacred clarifying shampoo. I love it. It kind of feels like there's scrubby pieces in it, so it kind of exfoliates the hair as well, or scalp as well. It makes my hair feel squeaky clean, but not dry and brittle like a lot of other things have. Buildup happens on the hair no matter what you do, whether if it's dust, germs, or product buildup. There are things building up on your scalp and on your hair. And if your hair can't breathe because of all the buildup, it's not gonna grow and flourish and look as good. I definitely recommend clarifying your hair 1 to 2 times a month at most. I personally love to do mine every other week, so twice a month, because I do put so much product in my hair when I have to refresh it. For me personally, I am not big into taking a ton of supplements. I really only take at most 1 at a time, and my favorite of all time has been the Cheeky Bonsai Balanced Babe supplements. They're a 2-in-1. They're good for vaginal health as well as gut health. Me trying to put my fingers up backwards. They're good for vaginal health and gut health as well, so it's like a 2-in-1 type of thing. But if you didn't know, your gut health majorly impacts your vaginal health as well. If you're not taking supplements, you're not into that type of thing, I do not blame you. I would definitely try to go ahead and integrate some foods that have good probiotics and prebiotics in it, help your gut and your vaginal area. Things like yogurt, cottage cheese, kombucha, apple cider vinegar, and so many other foods have good things in it for your gut and your vaginal area. And I know we are so tired of hearing about gut health, but like genuinely, it makes a really big difference, and you can definitely feel the difference as well. I personally love to use the Honey Pot Sensitive Down There Feminine Wash because it's really good. I love how gentle it is. I've tried other stuff that's just unscented. It just hasn't worked for me. It's definitely just a trial and error thing to learn your preference and what your body likes. You love a soap and your body's like, UTI. Yeast. BB. You need to stop using it and find something else. The gentler the better, so avoid scents, avoid color, anything like that. And if you want to go even gentler, use baby washes. And I don't know if this is getting too much into my personal down there business, but when I shower, I personally like to let it air dry. While I'm waiting for air drying, let's say like in the morning or at night, I'll brush my teeth, lotion my body, and then by that point, 9 times out of 10, it is dry. I use a towel when I dry off, and towels build up bacteria over time, which is why you should change them every couple days. days, maybe like every 2 to 4 days, because they do grow bacteria, which we talked about before. As long as things take to dry, the more bacteria they will grow. And it's normal, it happens to everybody. It's not something that's like, ew, dirty, dirty, nasty. I don't like to put the towel down there just because like it's rough. Bacteria grows from the water. Pro tip, I've always said this, if you can, I would definitely wear cotton underwear a majority of the time, like 90% of the time. I know there's been instances and will be instances where you want to feel a little bit lacy or cutesy, rhinestoney, do what you please. Cotton underwear is the best way to go because the less air that gets down there, more issues you're probably gonna have. I remember one of my old videos, like my girl talk videos, I was like, you can sleep with no drawers. And people are like, I live with family. And I'm like, are you on top of the sheets when you sleep? Cotton is the most breathable material when it comes to clothes, so why wouldn't you wear it as much as you can? I only have 4 steps to my oral care routine because it's just so simple, and in the order that I do it, it makes the most sense for getting the most optimized clean that I can in my mouth. So I start with mouthwash always because as somebody with tight teeth, I be going hard on the mouthwash. I mean a minute or higher every single time. Preach about there about 24/7. I personally love the dark blue one, which is good for healthy gums, and I also love the fresh breath one. When you're buying mouthwash, you should buy mouthwashes based on your needs for your teeth. Kind of like the same thing for your hair care routine. I like the healthy gums and fresh breath because girl, I be eating some crazy food. I also want to make sure my gums are in good standing, and ever since I started using the dark blue TheraBreath, my dentist has actually said my gum health has improved a lot, and I love that for me. Moving on to my second step, which is flossing. I used to hate flossing. It took too long, my gums would bleed, and I hated it. I know you're not really supposed to use the picks because you're basically putting whatever you just took out from your previous crevice in the next one, but when I floss, I like to use the picks because they're easier. I rinse off or I wipe off whatever came from the crevice before I put in another one, so I can kind of see also what my teeth have collected throughout the day. And flossing has just become something I do every single day. Like, I rarely ever miss flossing. If I do, I gotta be drunk somewhere or I just don't feel good enough to sit there and play in my teeth for a few minutes. No matter what mouthwash, toothbrush, tongue brush you use, if you don't floss, your mouth is going to hate you. And if you're one of those people who struggle with bleeding in the gums as well, I got flossing. I got used to flossing and got my teeth more accustomed to flossing by picking a starting point in my mouth, and for me that was the middle. And every day I would floss one more tooth over than I did before. So for example, let's say on day 1 I flossed right here, and then the next day I would go over as well as over there, and just gradually made my way around my mouth, so my problem areas got used to the floss actually being in my mouth. It made the biggest difference in my teeth health, and my teeth have never looked better. Have the patience. I definitely recommend getting the actual thread because that's what dentists recommend, and I want to make the switch. I'm just so used to the convenience of the pick, so don't listen to me with that. Definitely get like the actual like dental floss threads because they're better for you. Yeah, it takes some practice and it takes some getting adjusting to, but you will definitely like thank yourself later. And when you floss, please just don't go up in the crevice and come out. Definitely take that floss and go over the humps of your teeth. Some people can bring floss over their complete tooth. I'm not one of them people. I will usually go up and then bring it over a little bit, bring it under, and then go up again and come down, and that's pretty much it. It takes no time. Following up with flossing, I like to clean my tongue with just a regular tongue brush. I really need to switch to the metal ones, but right now I use the plastic ones. If you don't already, you should clean your tongue. That's where bacteria breeds. That's where odors breed. My favorite thing to do personally is put a little bit of my toothpaste on my tongue brush and really get my tongue good, because the tongue brush does a good job, but sometimes I really want a deeper feeling clean. Finally, I like to brush my teeth with very specific things. One thing is with an electric toothbrush. Put the manual toothbrushes. There has been years of studies saying how good electric toothbrushes are for your teeth, and you still haven't switched. Why? Why? Is it the price? One toothbrush is pushing $5. An electric toothbrush is $20. And you're supposed to change your toothbrush or toothbrush head every 3 to 4 months. I know you're not doing that. Your toothbrush, like I said with your body care, your tools for how you clean are just as important, if not more important, than the products that you use. I use a Quip toothbrush right now. I really love the rubber on it. It makes me feel like I get a really deep clean. But before I use this, I use a Philips Sonicare 1 toothbrush. I personally love the Philips Sonicare as well because the travel case in my opinion is better, but I love the Quip because it gives me, or it feels like a deeper clean. And they definitely have different price options based off you want a battery or you want to have a charging cord. It really just depends on your convenience and your lifestyle. I also really love how electric toothbrushes actually time you and get you to that 2 minutes, because I still know for the ones who watch the video, you don't be getting them 2 minutes minutes in, get that electric toothbrush. Yeah. I'm allergic to a lot of toothpaste. I don't know where that started or why it started, but I found one I'm not allergic to, and that is the Colgate Total toothpaste. Sometimes I use the paste, sometimes I use the gel, anything Colgate Total. My mouth really likes. I really like this one because it has 24-hour antibacterial protection. If you really like the burning sensation of a good teeth washing, my mouthwashes and brushing technique is not for you. I just have a really sensitive mouth, so I can't do all that. Before I move on to our final section, I want to discuss teeth whitening for a little bit because I feel like a lot of people want their smile to be as bright and white as possible, but I'm going to be very transparent here. I'm not really the most consistent with whitening my teeth. I've used products that focus on teeth whitening, but I've never been super like, oh, I need to whiten my teeth every day for X, Y, and Z. I need to go pay X amount of money. I need to get X amount of strips. I'm not consistent because I'm scared of further damaging my tooth enamel, because that's what whitening essentially does. Every time I've whitened my teeth at home, I've always loved the Crest 3D White Vivid Whitening Strips. These kill your enamel, but you know, people are gonna do what they want to do. I am people because I sometimes still be doing it, especially if I feel like my teeth need a fresh coat of white. I personally love those. They're not affordable by any means. Not even gonna sit up here and lie to you. They are a whitening treatment that a lot of people use because they make your teeth look super white. And if you are willing to spend the extra money to get it done by a professional, I definitely recommend seeing a dentist or a dental hygienist to get your teeth whitened because it's the safest and they know the way to do it in a way that makes your teeth look the best and feel the best, and your teeth health is their most important priority. So definitely see a professional if you have the opportunity. If you're like me and have sensitive teeth, using those for a certain amount of days in a row are just not it. So if you have that issue, definitely use some Crest or off-brand whitening strips that are made for sensitive teeth, because I don't know what the difference is. I'm assuming it's the ingredients. You should always prioritize your teeth health, so it being deep cleaned. How are you worried about how white your teeth are, but we can see the plaque buildup from across the street? No shade, just an observation. And then finally, moving on, let's talk about hand care. I am not one of those people who is gonna say, go get your nails done and get manicures every 2 weeks. There's definitely ways around that to where your hands can still feel and look nice, because in my opinion, I feel like if you keep up with your hands and cuticles and whether they're soft and moisturized and all that, it definitely says how much you care about how you come off to people. Me personally, and probably you too, I always remember how soft somebody's hands are or how good their nails look, their nail beds look. It's something that's noticeable, because dry, crusty, ashy crevices in the hand, I'm gonna notice that too, but it's not gonna be a good type of notice. The best way to make your hands look really good is obviously with lotion. I have two things that I personally like to use on my hands for a more easy, digestible hand cream. I love the CeraVe hand cream. This has a non-greasy texture as well, because I remember I used to hate moisturizing my hands because I hated how oily and slippery my hands would be after I use hand lotion or just like lotion period. This isn't greasy at all, especially if you don't use too much. One dot goes a long way and it keeps my hands feeling and looking great hours at a time. And if your hands get real chapped, real dry, real chafed, I love the La Roche-Posay Cicaplast Balm, like the CeraVe one, but this one has a lot thicker texture to it and consistency to it. So if you get really dry hands, baby, this is probably gonna be the one for you. I'm not gonna sit up here and lie. I also should have said this before, but I really love to use it on my feet as well if I can't get my hands on the CeraVe one, or I just for some reason don't have my typicals in my bathroom. Moisturizing them hands makes the biggest difference. Nobody wants to see crusty, ashy, dusty in between fingers when you go to shake hands or meet up with somebody at the coffee shop. So if you want to do anything bare minimum, get some hand cream. Something I recently have started doing over the past I would say a couple months now, I invested in a cuticle oil tube that I got off Amazon that I keep in my bag, and a few times a day when I notice my cuticles looking a little busted and crusted, I will apply the cuticle oil on my cuticles, because my cuticles used to look dry as hell, and me personally, I don't like the way that looks on myself. So I would just apply some cuticle oil for that. And then once again, if you are not trying to buy extra product to carry around, I don't blame you. Get you a tiny thing of coconut oil. My nail tech says it does the exact same thing, and just apply it to your cuticles. Since I started taking better care of my hands, I have just started feeling a lot better about my hands, period. I used to hate my hands, and I think it's just because I ignored them and didn't do what they needed from me, such as moisturizing or just like tending to my cuticles and making sure they're not like hurting. They're so dry. So yeah, that's all I want to cover about hand care. So with all that being said, that is it for my 2024 fall and winter hygiene routine and some hygiene tips that I wish I knew when I was younger. All that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give it a huge thumbs up. If you're new, subscribe. I would love to have you here. Be a part of the family. Turn on those notifications. I post new videos every single weekend. I hope you have an amazing morning, evening, night, wherever in the world, and I cannot wait to see you on the next one. Bye, everybody.